Issue 27. We start out with the first panel immediately showing off some characters we've never seen before and have no reason to care about yet. Great start there. It's deep within Robotropolis and there's two Mobians there, so logically they must be working against Eggman since they aren't brainwashed. But it didn't stop me from assuming they were bad guys at first glance though. Kix-a-Lot asks his terribly named friend if it's safe, and the guy with the cringe-worthy codename that he annoyingly thought was cool says it's been long enough for them to send word. One of them says it's amazing Robotnik hasn't caught on to their code yet, and instead just thinks that vandals are messing up a city. And the dog guy makes me forgive him for his terrible name, but making a kind of humorous moment, where he makes his friend freak out over spraying the same message he did last time and then spraying some random graffiti with the word Sonic and Sally and a heart in it. He said he did this because he wants Eggman to think he's just a vandal, so he made some regular old graffiti. It was smart of him to do, so I respect that plan. I'm just confused that this is the first time they've ever done this, and these guys don't do this all the time just in case. And then they put back on their helmets that make them look like SWAT bots. Oh, that's why I thought they were bad guys at first glance. Not only the way they talked, they kind of came off as thugs to me, but I was also somehow recognizing the torso of a SWAT bot on them. So I instinctively thought they were with Eggman. And speaking of that, while it is smart of them to have a disguise, it's also kind of a terrible idea, because how is Sonic supposed to know they're not robots? What if he mistakes them for robots and spin dashes straight through them? That'd be a grisly end, and all because they disguise themselves as the enemy. And we even cut straight to Sonic running through Robotropolis, as if this is what it's leading to. I'd like to point out that the whole intriguing plot they're trying to set up with rebels that we've never seen before in Robotropolis making code messages to the freedom fighters, yeah, that gets dropped. That gets completely dropped, and now the story is about something else entirely. Sonic complains that there's gotta be an easier way to retrieve these secret messages that we'll never know what they mean. Yeah, there is. Didn't Sally call Sonic on a watch with an overly long name in the issue where Sonic first met Scourge? Whatever happened to that? Well, I guess actually getting to all the Mobian rebels and providing them with watch cell phones would be a lot more trouble than it's worth. It'd be a lot more difficult than just reading messages on walls. Though I'm not sure how the freedom fighters figured out what the code even means. Not to mention, Eggman might be able to intercept the messages sent by watches like that of Sally that one issue, so maybe that'd be too risky. Sonic is called an intruder by Robot and told to stay where he is. Why do robots even bother saying that instead of just taking action immediately? And a spotlight shows up over him, causing him to complain that this is one of those times where he'd rather not be in the spotlight for once. While taking the situation seriously and running away as he's surrounded by SWAT bots. I like that line of his because it makes sense that he usually likes having attention and being in the spotlight, but not this time. Why the hell is he running away when he can spin dash through all of them effortlessly? I just realized that this entire plot would have never happened if Sonic just destroyed the robots instead of avoiding them. You know, like he does every other time. He gets knocked out because of that stupidity, and when he wakes up to Robotnik, who I guess wanted him awake for the robotization process so he could gloat and that's why he didn't do it yet, it's revealed that Sonic has amnesia. I like how Slivy's kinda smart in assuming he's faking just in case and whispering to Eggman to just get rid of him once and for all. Even if he's incorrect, it is still smart of him to anticipate that he might be faking it. But yeah, Sonic has amnesia. You don't actually get amnesia from a hit to the head. I think it's more from a stroke or something in real life. And the kind of head injury that knocked you out for long enough and give you amnesia would give you a lot worse and a lot longer lasting problems than memory loss. But I understand that this is just how fiction works. So I'm not really gonna hate the story purely for being unscientific about the portrayal of amnesia and a story about magical hedgehogs. Not to mention that for all we know, the skull of a Mobian is a lot harder and their brain might be a bit different. So this could actually make sense with Sonic not being a human and all. So this alone is not gonna make me hate the story. But yeah, predictable plot is predictable. Eggman takes advantage of Sonic's amnesia to try to turn him against his friends, which I find a genuinely tragic story where I really feel sorry for Sonic. He's getting himself in a lot of trouble here with them. Imagine if this had permanent ramifications. The reason Eggman doesn't think Sonic's faking is because he knows it's not like Sonic to show weakness or act so docile. I'd like to add that it's also not something I expect of Sonic to think that faking amnesia could save him from being roboticized. I'd also like to add that they're having a whole conversation in front of Sonic that, granted, isn't revealing, but still, since hedgehogs should have better hearing than humans, I don't see how Sonic didn't hear what Snively whispered when he first woke up and immediately know he's in danger. After lying to Sonic that he's his trusted mentor, he sent Sonic training with fighting exact robot duplicates of the Freedom Fighters, proving that yes, he can make them again. And when Snively points out that it's a shame to waste them on a mere training session, Eggman reveals the stupid reason for why he's only using them for this. Apparently, he thinks that Sally proved they were useless. How? Because Eggman pressed the button? Because Eggman pressed the self-destruct switch on a building for them? That wasn't the robot's fault. The robots weren't even activated yet. How was it their fault being blown up? So basically, the only reason he's not sending these robot duplicates to the Freedom Fighters and screwing everything up for the heroes effortlessly is because he got the idiot ball. This is stupid even by Eggman standards. I think I would have actually liked better the idea that he just forgot how to make robot duplicates after Sally destroyed them all. But still having them around and not thinking to use them? Eggman says he's counting on the Freedom Fighters' hesitancy to take action against Sonic, which is why he's not so concerned about Sonic being stopped, as opposed to, you know, Sonic being vastly more powerful than all of them combined. Cousin? Wait, Sonic called Eggman his cousin. This is by far one of the stupidest, biggest problems with this issue. I find it utter bullshit that Eggman tells him they're biologically related and Sonic believes him. Two things wrong with this. One, when you have amnesia, you don't forget facts like, oh, I don't know, it being impossible for members of two completely different species to be related to each other. Sonic's a hedgehog, Eggman's a human. Sonic's not that brain damaged that he'd believe they're related, amnesia or not. It'd be better if Eggman at least said he was his adoptive father instead. But no! And two, why would Eggman ever take the chance to say such a blatantly obvious lie instead of just saying he's his assistant? This makes Eggman look brainless, Sonic look brainless, and the writing look brainless. The only thing that could have made this more insulting is if Snively hadn't whispered to Eggman to get rid of Sonic, but said it loud enough for him to hear him instead, which would have made it obvious that Eggman is Sonic's enemy to Sonic. Sonic is told to locate Knothole and learn his friend's plans, with Snively saying that the microtransmitter he placed on Sonic is working perfectly as they're able to see where he's going. I guess they put a slow motion capture mode on it just like Rotor did for the camera on Sonic's shoe, so they'd actually be able to watch the footage without getting motion sickness. Eggman also points out that demolition tractors are following Sonic attuned to his transmitter, so when Sonic stumbles into Knothole, they'll be able to destroy it. Sonic figures out that the stump is the entrance to Knothole because it's the least obvious entrance, probably also because of the traces of memories left in him. And Rotor, watching footage of Sonic, says that Sonic's setting off the alarms of their new security system for some reason. Why didn't Rotor program the security system to be unable to be set off by his friends just randomly entering Knothole? Maybe only the people allowed in Knothole were trained to be able to avoid setting off the alarms by, I don't know, avoiding stepping on certain parts of the floor? And Sonic doesn't remember not to do any of that. They really should have explained that. Rotor explains that X-rays and infrared scans indicate that it's really Sonic, and Sally wondering this, okay, it is good that X-rays and stuff prove that it's really Sonic, because otherwise I would be wondering why everyone doesn't just assume this is a robot duplicate of Sonic, instead of thinking Sonic's gone evil for no reason. Sally then tells him to seal off the tunnel so that he won't reach the end. The tractor reaches the location of Knothole, but for some reason, after Snively says they have a glitch because Sonic was sealed in a tunnel, Eggman aborts the countdown so that Knothole won't be destroyed. Why wouldn't he cause the destruction anyways, just in case? Why didn't he start the destruction of the whole forest a long time ago, just in case he runs to Knothole? After Snively complains that Sonic's now somehow nowhere near his destination, Eggman speaks to Sonic through the transmitter with his microphone that he installed just in case. and gives him instructions that cause him to activate a laser that destroys the wall in front of him. Rotor says that Sonic is considered to be armed and dangerous, panicking as if the writers have given him the script and told him that he was being led by Robotnik ahead of time. Seriously, I know Sally and Rotor are the cautious type, but I still find it weird that they're acting like Sonic is their enemy so quickly and easily. Sonic picks a random tunnel, Eggman complains about their footage glitching up, and Rotor says his security codes, whatever those are being overridden somehow. And Sally once again says they have to stop Sonic no matter what, ordering Rotor to flood the tunnels, even though it pains her to do so. Eggman starts a countdown, and I guess his tractor is causing damage is the reason why Sonic's able to escape the tunnel alive, spin dashing up through the ground again. I like how Sonic says this feels familiar, proving that the writers remember that Sonic's done this before, and Sonic instinctively knew to try it again. For some reason, both Sally and Eggman lost signal of the footage they're watching. I'm really confused about this. The surveillance cameras on the remaining demolition tractors aren't showing anything. This better be explained because I'm really confused. Sonic gets out of the ground, which gives Eggman the signal again. I guess him being underground is the problem? And runs ahead wishing he had more than just gut instinct, aka traces of past memories, to go off of. Antoine is told to get the children into the shelters and everyone else go to the barricades because Sonic is believed to want to hurt them for some reason, all while they're above ground. This is exactly what I was talking about. It's so confusing that if these people are not wholly living above ground, why haven't they been found yet? Why haven't they been found by the SWAT bots that are sent to find animals and roboticize them who just wander around this place by accident? Why? They'd be almost safer underground, but the story seems to be flip-flopping between still remembering that freedom fighters have a safe underground hideout and having people live outside where Eggman should easily be able to find them. And after Sonic finally reaches Sally, the story unfortunately ends on a cliffhanger, which I'm obviously not too fond of. This issue was written by Ken Penders. Since I don't feel like the story was properly ended at all, I'll make my summary really quick. The concept of Sonic being manipulated because of his amnesia by Eggman is really interesting. I love that. But him believing that he's his cousin is bullshit. And I couldn't stand this issue because seeing his friends treated like a feared enemy just like that was really depressing. It just feels so bad for Sonic here. He's so lucky he isn't permanently kicked out after all this. Sally and Rotor and Antoine just assuming Sonic's acting against their enemy seems really arbitrary and out of left field. What, is it because he destroyed the wall he was sealed into the tunnel with? I guess they could have reasoned that he got the weapon he used to do that from Eggman, and therefore an alliance happened, but they should have said that then. And again, why would Sonic ever align with Eggman? And they were already suspicious of him before! It would have been much more natural and less depressing if Sonic's friends acted the way they actually would, instead of assuming Sonic was against them now because the writers told them to.